Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine. This time I'm back with Only Friends episode 10. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. I have been waiting with anxiety for a week. I have to know how it continues. Last episode we finally got our Sandre's ship. That was a blessing. That scene in the truck was a blessing for me. It was a real blessing, and I'm still not okay with the fact that Nick is so cute. He saw that Boston was ready to have another hookup, and he decided to use the bar as an opportunity to say goodbye to Boston for good. As soon as that guy he was with insulted Nick and called him dramatic, Boston immediately shut down the hookup and he was like, I'm gonna go now. As in goodbye. I have the guy I want and I'm not gonna lose him again. At least that's what his face was giving me when he saw Nick with another guy. So I'm intrigued to know what this episode is gonna be like, and let's hope that Mew finally just tells Top that he wants to be together with him again. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. If you want the full uncut reaction, you can check out my Patreon. The link is in my description box below, and without further ado, let's start. I'm not really sure how to interpret the entire situation actually, because from what we saw, Top only had one-night stands. He stole Sand's ex just to have a one-night stand with him, and then he never met up with him ever again. I don't think that he ever had a relationship, but the fact that he trusts someone in one of his most vulnerable moments means that that guy must be a very important person for Top. It just sounds strange that he's like, yeah, my ex is coming over to help me fall asleep. Like, I get why Mew is like, you have your ex over and you're asking me for another chance. I mean, right now this is more like Mew being hurt in his pride, because he's like, I actually came here because I wanted to give you another opportunity, because I realized that I can't be without you. I realized that the love I have for you is so strong that I can't ignore it, and I wanted to come here to tell you that you have another chance. And now I see your ex coming over, like the desire I had to show you that I wanted to be with you now is gone. Now the rage is there again. And why is there the rage? Because he wasn't capable to get over the fact that Top slept with someone close to him, or in general, he couldn't move on from the fact that Top cheated on him. So now every single time you see Top with another man, he thinks that these two are sleeping together, and it's like him reviewing the past in front of his eyes. Even though they're not together anymore, so he has no right to say anything to Top. But him wanting to be with Top again, and him accepting that he wants Top back as his, is making the entire situation even worse, because he wants Top back. And seeing that Top has another guy makes him see that he hasn't really moved on from the past. He still can't see past the fact that even though, like I said, I'm not excusing that Top slept with Boston, but Mew can't look past that fact. He can't forgive Top for cheating on him, and that's gonna be a real problem, because if he can't move past from that, no matter what Top does, Mew's always gonna be suspicious of him. He doesn't trust Top anymore. That's something that needs to be earned back. And if Mew is still hanging on to the past, just seeing Mew talking to another guy is gonna make Mew insanely insecure. It's gonna make him insanely jealous. That's something that Mew actually has to deal with before he can get back together with Top. I think before Mew is like, yeah, I want to get back together with you, he has to have a serious conversation with Top. He's like, I still like you, I want to try it, but you have to be honest with me here. Who is this guy? What is the backstory? Technically, you can never really pressure someone into talking about their pasts, but since Top has been insanely grown ever since Mew broke up with him only showed how much he's willing to change for Mew. So, Top actually willing to talk about his ex or what his ex is doing, showing one of his most vulnerable sides to Mew could actually be one of the things that help Mew restore his faith and his trust in Top. I love this. Yes, you're going, bitch. I cannot. That wasn't a suggestion, bitch. That was a do. You go there. That's not even a question. I don't think you realize how bad it is that you are thinking that. In the last episode, I did say I identify with Ray, especially with that sentence that he said, if I die, who do you think will cry for me? That's the most horrible pain when you think that you're invisible to everyone around you. And that's a pain that I can identify myself with. That's not a healthy thing. Like, he believes that if he dies, no one cares. That's the worst kind of pain. That's a pain that's slowly eating you from the inside out. It's consuming you, and it's making you completely blend out everything around you. Like, he keeps on believing that he's alone. He's not even seeing that Sand is now there with him, that he actually has a boyfriend now with him that is willing to help him through some of the most horrible moments of his life. He's not even capable to be grateful for the fact that he found someone that is willing to stick through till the end, through the worse and the better. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I hear wedding bells. That's the guy for life, sir. And the fact that he's actually serious about helping you, and he's not freaked out about the fact that he has to take his boyfriend to rehab. That's a keeper, Ray. He's actually willing to stand by you through the worst moments of your life. Appreciate this man, sir. You're going. That's not even a question.
กูไม่ได้ติดเหล้าขนาดนั้นไอ้แซนมึงกลัวอะไรอยู่วะ
I can tell you what he's afraid of. This entire scene is already breaking me. I can tell you what he's afraid of. He's afraid to have to acknowledge the fact that he's psychologically ill. He believes that as soon as he touches the bottle of alcohol, the pain inside of him disappears. Because as soon as you're drunk, you're not actually being there psychologically no more. He's not actually realizing that he's damaging his physical state. Like, he's destroying his body, his organs with the alcohol. He is afraid that if he goes into the rehab or talks to a psychologist, that they're gonna tell him that he's actually psychologically ill. And no one wants to hear that they're psychologically ill. From where I live, psychological health is not really being taken seriously. Like, people laugh when you say that you have psychological problems. Everyone here believes that that if you say that you have psychological problems, it's just your way of saying that you're too lazy to get up. You're too lazy to work or something like this. That's what happens when you say around here that you have psychological problems. They even believe that you're crazy, as in that you have to be locked up in a mental institution, that you are a danger not only to society, but also to yourself. And no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that they're that psychologically damaged, that no one actually acknowledged that they need help to that extent where they need to be locked up in some kind of rehab. Tell the psychologically ill person that they are gonna be brought into a mental institution. They yell because they don't want to go in there, because that's literally a parent bringing their psychologically ill child into a mental institution is literally your parents, and also, in a certain sense, your anchor, admitting that you are a danger to yourself and to other people. That's why you had to be brought here. You have reached that kind of pain, that kind of psychological pain, that you can't deal with it by yourself. You need help. So that's what's troubling Ray.
กูขาดพ่อกูไม่เคยมีปัญหาแต่มึงขาดเหล้ามึงดูมือมึงดิเริ่มสั่นแล้วเนี่ยมึงถึงวุ่นวายกับกูแบบเนี้ย
Bitch, are you that stupid? He loves you! And he sees that you are technically dying. You are damaging your own health. And if you truly love someone, you want that person to be okay. You are actually letting him see and trying to tell him that he has to stand there and watch the person that he loves, in a certain sense, kill himself, damaging his organs, damaging his own health, and he just has to stay there in the back and just watch you do it. That's actually what Ray expects, I think. He just wants to do whatever the hell he wants without anyone telling him that he has to change. As in that he has to start healing. And that's the problem here. He doesn't actually see that there is someone truly worrying about him and someone truly wanting what's best for him. Because that's also what you're doing when you're like, oh, I'm fine. As in when you're in the 5 stages of grief, when you're at the stage 1, denial, you are denying your mental sickness. You are denying that you're psychologically ill. So, if someone keeps on pushing you to get help, and you personally believe that you do not need help, that you're completely fine, because admitting that you're psychologically ill is literally admitting that you have a flaw that can be dangerous for yourself and other people, it gets you heated up. It makes you become mad. This is not even an alcohol addiction no more, Sam. This is him actually being psychologically ill, literally reaching his limit. He has been at his limit for a long time, ever since he wanted to kill himself back then. Mew was literally like his gape, his anchor. He helped him stay grounded. But now, like I said, the world becomes darker, as is Ray's pain. Even Mew wasn't capable to contain the pain and the darkness that slowly started to consume Ray from the inside out. Now it's too late. He needs to get help. And he's drinking again!
ผมว่าเราจะจูบกันหรือมีอะไรกันอ่ะผมว่าท้ายเดี๋ยวก็แยกจากกัน
That's him talking about Boston, not about him. Oh, people, I see so many similarities. This is literally the similarity. Nick and Mew are going through the same thing. They have been hurt by Top and Boston, and now they have to deal with those insecurities that these 2 players left on them. They are still trying to figure out how to get rid of that insecurity about that trauma that these 2 men left on them. Mew can trust Top because he keeps on believing that Top could hook up with someone else, as in now Mew has trust issues with cheating in general. He has to fear to get cheated on the entire time. And Nick, on the other hand, has gotten the trauma of only being there for someone's benefit. As in, for someone just to care about him as long as they can have his kisses and sex with him. But at the end of the day, they're all gonna leave. Just like Boston left him. Why are you doing this to me? I'm sorry. I have to say it every single episode. Cow tongue is fine. And can we talk about the fact that First also looks fine as fuck this episode? Like, what is happening with these guys? Like, how come that every single episode that passes by, they become even more attractive, like, even more seductive? How is that possible? How can someone become more beautiful, more sexy every single episode? Like, they have to teach me their ways. Eat it, me.
คำนึง
Eat it. Bite into it.
ก็รักด้วยเกลียดด้วยอ่ะ
He hates the fact that he can't hate you. He hates the fact that he can't help but continue to love you. People, I am actually gonna get that sentence on a t-shirt. Catherine Pierce was iconic. She literally said it in season 2. She's like, between love and hate is such a small string. And in that particular situation, we can actually see why that sentence is so real. He can't help but hate Top because of what he did to him, about the fact that he hurt him that deeply. And he hates himself for continuing to love Top, even after everything he did to him. I mean, deserved. He did the same with Boston.
กูเหมือนเห็นอะไรบางอย่างของกูในตัวเขาอะ
He is so gorgeous. Oh my god. Like, first, get out of my face. But honestly, I love that kind of music, now that I think about it. The way he's playing the instrument.
นักดนตรีเหรอ
แล้วจริงๆมีเรื่องพวกความโรแมนติกด้วยนะเว้ยมึงลองดูเขาเล่นดิ พี่ครับ
I
ผมมีอะไรจะบอก
think,
ครับ
yeah, I think you should just take this outside. This could turn into a very vulnerable moment for both Sand and his father, depending on how his father is gonna take the news that he's his son. I think they should take this conversation outside.
คือจริงๆแล้วผม
เพื่อนผมมันอยากเรียนเป่าแซก
Oh, stop! Why? Ray, why you gotta be like this? He was ready to say it.
ไอ้ตัน
กี่ใครอะแฟนเหรอ
Jealousy. He actually became jealous, people. He finally realized that he likes Nick. Like, this is the only explanation. Because if you're not interested in someone, you don't ask if that's the boyfriend. Before, Boston was like, oh, if you want to sleep around, sleep around. Like, and he was living about the fact that he could potentially be a player. Now he's like, who was that? Was that your boyfriend? As in you mine?
เปลี่ยนฟิล์มให้กูด้วย ขอที่ทนๆหน่อย กูไม่ค่อยรักษาของ
This is him actually admitting that he has been mistreating Nick. He actually said, make it durable. As in, make sure that the screen lasts this time. Because I normally can't take care of my stuff. This was him saying, I had you, and it was something durable, but I was too stupid to acknowledge it, and now you're gone. This was him admitting to him that he realized that he has been mistreating Nick, and that he hopes that Nick is gonna have a better future now without him in it. And that he hopes that he's gonna be capable to find someone that loved him as much as Nick loved Boston.
ของบางอย่างมันเปลี่ยนไม่ได้นะเว้ย
Period! And that's him answering to the subtleties. That's him saying, you be careful next time with your boyfriend. Or with the guy you like. But don't expect that person to give you the love that I gave you. Because some things aren't replaceable. I can't be replaced. You can't just get another guy that is gonna be completely like me. I'm unique. You're never gonna get someone that will give you the love that I have given you. That unconditional love. You will never get that from anyone else but me. But you lost your chance. I can't. I love this.
ที่บ้านใครมีประวัติดื่มเหล้าหรือว่าติดเหล้าไหมคะ
หมอจะถามอะไรผมเยอะแยะเนี่ย
Because she has to dig deep, sir. She has to dig deep. That's why a lot of people don't go to therapy. This episode is so dark. As in so deep and dark that it's actually making me feel a lot of conflicting emotions myself. This is actually painful to watch. I used to be in Ray's position, let me tell you. It's one of the most horrible moments of your life. But I would also say the most liberating one. The reason why people that are psychologically ill don't go to therapy in general, it's because they have so much pain inside of them that it scares them. They are scared that if they actually talk about why they have so much pain inside of them, that the pain is gonna be that big that it's gonna make them combust. As in, if a pain is that powerful that it's consuming you, keeping it in and never talking about it is the only way that helps you from crumbling. And if you're being forced to open the door to that pain, it's like a gateway to the outside world. As in, as soon as you dig into why you are feeling that much pain, the entire suffering that you have been holding on to makes its way to the surface, and you have a breakdown, you have a meltdown, you stop functioning. The only thing you can do is start crying. That's why a lot of people in therapy sessions are like, as soon as the patient starts crying or showing any too powerful emotional outburst, the psychologist stops the session because that means that the pain is that powerful that a person cannot talk about it. That means that person wasn't capable to actually think about the pain that they were having on the inside, and trying to force the patient to talk about what's bothering them in order to find a fast solution might not always be the best decision. It could lead also to destructive behavior. It could be controversial if you force a person with psychological pain to talk too fast. You need to talk about it. You need to talk about it. But he is to your period.
ทุกครั้งที่เจอกันนะมึงเป็นฝ่ายวิ่งเข้าหากูก่อนตลอดเลย
You're addicted to each other.
เหรอ
Now that I think about it, in a certain sense, having sand inside of that room could either be a positive or a negative thing. When I'm that proud, I refuse to show someone how vulnerable I am on the inside, because this is literally like laying all my weaknesses on display for the entire world to see, and that's not always easy. So if I'm too proud to admit to myself that I'm ill, having someone that I care about know how vulnerable I am on the inside is the worst thing that could happen, because it's literally like you have the feeling that you're disappointing the vision and the perception that they have of you right now. Opening yourself and the person you truly care about, opening up and showing what truly is traumatizing you, laying on display your entire soul, everything that you've been holding in so far, is difficult for you to do, because sometimes you want your partner or the person you care about to keep the perception of the strong female or the strong man, for example. And if they see how vulnerable you actually are, it's like you saying, yeah, now they're gonna feel differently about me. Now every time I'm gonna do something, they're gonna believe that I'm sabotaging myself. The view they have of me, like that more positive view and about me being an asshole, is better than the vision they could have of me as the broken guy. He did say that sand is his addiction. I mean, he didn't deny it, so it's like the truth. They're each other's addiction. So, talking about one of the most hurtful things in your life, something that traumatized you to this day, and having your anchor right next to you, as in something that connects you with happiness, could actually weigh out the pain. Like, as soon as you see the person next to you, it could be like seeing that person immediately heals the wounds that are slowly crawling to the surface. They're emptying the entire cabin. Throw it away. I feel so bad for Ray. Ray, it's gonna be okay. You do not need alcohol. And I understand what he's doing. Like, he's connecting his pain with the alcohol, and it has become some sort of addiction for him. He actually believes that he will feel better as soon as he drinks alcohol. Ray actually made himself believe that as soon as he drinks alcohol, as soon as he touches it, he's gonna be okay. But that's not the point anymore. It's not a fact anymore at all. And it's literally him having to deal with two problems now, with his trauma and with his addiction to alcohol, because he sees alcohol as his antidote to the pain. So, him cutting the alcohol loose is releasing all the pain he is trying to hide with the alcohol, because if he's actually drinking every time he can, then that means that he is drunk day and night, because that's the only way he can cope. So he's fighting with two problems now. He's fighting to have the strength to cut the alcohol loose, but cutting the alcohol loose is giving the pain he's trying to numb with the alcohol ways to come to the surface, and it's too powerful for him to handle, so it's literally him having an addiction problem.
รับไปเถอะนะไม่ต้องเกรงใจ
Oh shit! That's his father! That's the father! Ray, when he had an accident and was in the hospital, after Ray's father yelled at Ray, he went outside to have a talk with Sand, and I was asking myself what they were talking about. Now, Sand is sitting in the living room with Ray's father and he's giving him money. Ray's gonna think that Sand is only with him or is pretending to be with him because he needs the money, you know? Not because he actually wants to be there, but because he has some kind of deal with his father.
เขาจ้างมึงแพงปะบอกกูมาดิ
The problem here is that it also is connected with withdrawal symptoms. He can't find a way to stop drinking. Now that he started to stop drinking, he actually wants to go with it because he actually seems to be the kind of guy, as soon as he started something, he's gonna seek through it till the end. It was the same way with his feelings from you. He was like he wanted to be together with him. He found out that he doesn't really like him like that he likes Sand, and he broke up with him. But he seeked through it till the end until he got Mew, you know? And now that he started alcohol, he's like, I found out that you only did it because my father is paying you, right? That's why you're doing it. And the withdrawal symptoms are making his outbursts even more powerful because we know that he's insanely impulsive on his own already, because it's like his rage is being enhanced by his withdrawal symptoms because he can't go back to drinking alcohol, because now after he gave up on it in a certain sense, he's like, it's not gonna give me the same kind of pleasure. It's not gonna numb down my pain that much anymore. Oh no.
บอกกูมาดิเขาจ้างกูตั้งแต่วันที่มึงขับรถชนแล้วเข้าโรงพยาบาล
Yeah, I'm on Ray's side right now. The pain. Because, you know the problem here? It's the entire storyline coming to this moment here. It's the fact that he's so sad. It's the fact that he's broken. Sand said in episode 2, whatever earns me money, I will do it. And I actually made that joke that he's gonna pay him, be his sugar daddy, and he's gonna have one-night stands with him. Sand saying that he likes him so damn much that he doesn't want him to die and everything, like that he wants him to heal and that's why he wants him to go to rehab, that he doesn't want to sing on his funeral and that's why he wants him to become better. And the sex scene, everything happened after he crashed his car. So, in Ray's mind, since he's already at his most vulnerable moment after he can't get his frustrations out by drinking alcohol no more, Ray's mind is literally going to that point. Everything that happened after that has been a lie. You have been paid off by my father. My father told you to get me off the alcohol. That's what he wanted, and he hired you for it. I saw you taking his money. That means that whatever happened up to this point, you pulled every single move you could to have me at this moment. Weak for you, intoxicated by you, in love with you, addicted to you that much that I was willing to do everything for you. So I was actually willing to give up alcohol for you. And you have just been playing me like a fiddle. You have literally been hired by my father. So everything that happened after the car accident was because of my father. So everything that happened between us after that has been a lie. That's going through Ray's mind right now.
มึงคิดแบบนั้นจริงๆใช่ปะ
Sir, it was your words, and you know that he is psychologically fragile. When you're psychologically ill, you're willing to believe everything that could be against you because you don't really have that much self-confidence, actually. Because the more psychologically ill you are, the more you lack of inner strength. You're not willing to believe that anyone truly cares about you, and he actually listed that down. When they were camping together, he was like, who would cry as soon as I die? He doesn't really believe that he has any worth left. So, when Sand said, I would cry if you would die, Ray felt happy because he's like, there is someone truly caring about me. Knowing that Ray's father hired Sand to get him off the alcohol is making Ray believe that his father paid Ray to do everything else as well. Literally everything that got Ray to this specific moment of his life where he feels like he can't live without Sand and that he's willing to do everything for Sand. Also give up something that he has been doing for so long just to see him happy. So yes, he's gonna believe it, Sand.
ที่มึงเอาให้กูตายใจที่มึงเอากู
Oh no, people, I did say all of this. And Countdown, stop your way too talented. This actually hurts me because we knew that he was playing Sand the entire time. We saw how much Sand was hurting. And from the way that Ray never actually looked bothered by anything at all, even if Mew would like dump him and say, yeah, I don't have any feelings for you. He was disappointed when he got rejected by Mew. Now, this has a deeper meaning for Ray. That's why he's crying like this. You can actually see that Ray is the more vulnerable one between these two. Stop! No!
คนที่ร้องไห้มันต้องเป็นกูคนที่เสียใจมันต้องเป็นกูทำเหล้าขายมึงว่ากูอยู่กับมึงแล้วชีวิตกูจะดีขึ้นปะ
Now it makes sense. The sentence now makes sense because he's like, you create what you're trying to keep me from. You are literally creating booze. You expect me to stop drinking, yet you are creating booze. I said it in episode 3. This is a drug dealer running after a drug addict. Here, it's literally an alcohol delivery boy delivering alcohol to an alcohol addict. Oh my god, I felt that pain.
หุยเหี้ยใส่มึงขนาดนั้นนะเว้ย
He is in the changing moment. Oh, we never thought we'd see the day. We never thought we'd see the day. Hallelujah. Where he's in the changing phase, where he's actually questioning his every motion, where he's questioning his entire ways of acting towards other people. He's actually questioning what he could have done that would have made him end up in this situation where he's completely alone. Finally, this is the moment of healing. You're gonna repent, and then you're gonna be capable to earn forgiveness.
คิดถึงมึงนะเว้ย
Oh, they're not just having sex now. They're making love. The way they look at each other is different. The way this is being shot is different as well. It's not like sensual. It's romantic. It's supposed to show they're not acting under desires. They're acting under emotions. They feel that much love for each other that they couldn't help but want to sleep together, you know? Ooh, I love this. Hands off the glass, old man. Oh, bitch.
ช่วยทำให้ไอเลเนี่ยมันไปบำบัดเลิกเหล้าพ่อไม่อยากให้มันตายตามแม่ของมันไปมันไม่ฟังพ่อเลย
This is him actually just showing that he's worried about Ray. Ray yelled at his father and he was like, maybe sooner or later I'm gonna die because of the drinking just like mom did. Then you won't have any burden left to worry about. And that small sneak peek that I wanted to see so desperately showed that his father truly cares about Ray and he doesn't actually want him to die like his mother did. So he was like, since he doesn't care about me, this actually reminds me of a scene of Violetta. Herman wanted to be by Violetta's side, but he screwed up. He didn't show her the space and trust that she needed in order to grow as a person. And so she didn't trust him around her anymore because he broke her trust too many times. So the father went to Leon. He was like, I want to be there for her. I want to help her to become the best version of herself. But because of all the shit I pulled in the past, she doesn't allow me to do that no more. So I would ask you to do that for me now. That's literally what the father did. He was like, please help me get him off the alcohol. He doesn't listen to me anymore. So I'm hoping that maybe he will listen to you.
ไอที่มันรับเงินน่ะเพราะพ่อบังคับมันเอง
I forced him to.
แต่จริงๆแล้วมันเป็นคนห่วงแกมากเลยนะ
หรือบางคนก็อยากจะเลิกเหล้าเพื่อคนที่เรารัก
Yes.
ถ้าเป็นเหตุผลนี้เนี่ยลองนึกถึงว่าเขามันนั่งอยู่ตรงหน้าเรา
มึงยกโทษให้กูได้ไหมอะ
You stood by me.
แต่มึงก็ยัง
Yeah. It's the pain. Stop.
อยู่กับกูมันต้องใช้ความอดทนหน่อยอะ
But you're worth all the
มึง
effort.
จะทนกูไม่ได้อะกูก็ไม่ว่าอะไรด้วย
I can't. This is actually hurting me so much. Ray's completely me. He's actually listing out everything that I've been insecure about. But I can say something about this. People that have hurt the most, people that actually believe that they aren't worth anything, they are the people that deserve love the most because they know what it feels like to not have anyone that truly cares about them. They know what it feels like not to have anyone that truly loves them. So, when they get the chance to love, they love with everything they've got. They have never met anyone that truly loves them and that is truly there for them. Rei has been abandoned so many times, even by Mew. Even though Mew saved him back in the day, the person that has always stuck by him, that has been there for him every single time. It was Sand. He was always there for him. So, having the insecurity that no one truly cares about him, Rei believes that he's not worthy of Sand's love. And now he's completely crumbling down because now he's finally opened up. He has allowed the pain to come to the surface.
โคตรมีความสุขเลยอะ
Yes.
แต่มีมึงเข้ามาในชีวิต
Stop. And it's not the real Sand. It's the psychologist.
หรือเปล่า
Oh god. I didn't make the damn connection. I'm so fucking stupid. It's the X. It's Sand's X. Oh my god. No. People like the drama just doesn't end. But oh my god, next episode is gonna be so dramatic and it's gonna be so wholesome. This episode was so devastating for me. I broke down 3 times and I'm still breaking down. I'm hurting. I have never felt that much pain before. This episode broke me. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tell me in the comments below what you enjoyed the most. And I will see you in another video. Bye.